Hello and welcome back to Ultima 7, the Black Gate and Forge of Virtue. We are in the Minuk Mine and we're about to start exploring. But it occurs to me that we may not be completely equipped to explore, so I want to make sure everybody's got what they need. Ooh, Spark needs some more armor. Some reagents in there. Don't know why. Shimino's good. I wonder, did we get the enchant spell? We did. Let's make those some magic bolts. Alright. Love the enchant spell. How many times can I do that? Do that 9 more times before I run out of reagents. Okay, we don't have anybody using a bow at the moment, so we don't need that. Julia has nothing other than this poison dagger, and I don't think I have any armor to give her. I do not. So, Julia's gonna run. If we get into combat. And everybody else is set on the same thing, which I believe is attack the nearest enemy. I don't find that many of these, if you change them to different things, this is attack the weakest enemy, the strongest enemy. I don't know what that is. Attack anyone close to you, I'm not sure. Defend your weakest party member. Defend yourself, I believe. Parry, dodge, not totally sure. And run away. I find that most of these, I don't know what that one does. I find that most of these don't make that big of a difference, to be honest with you. Although we should actually see Julia flee with her set on that. That one does typically tend to work. In fact, let's give her, since we're about to lose our light, let's give her a torch. Oh, Cyclops? Seems like it. Spider. And Julia flees. Good job, Julia. Whoa! Invisible wall. Come back this way, everybody. Or, I guess not an invisible wall. An illusion door? Illusory door? What's the opposite of an invisible wall? That's what we just went through. We'll take that. And that. At least to Julia for now. Oh, in fact, why don't we just... Why not? Oh, I see. Because she doesn't have a bag. But she does now. We don't need the hammer. Actually... Yeah, I'm gonna take the hammer. Nothing. Research. Okay. Any more opposite invisible walls? Ooh. Hungry. Yeah, we'll deal with that in a minute. Can we turn this on? I thought we could turn them on. Alright. Okay, we'll eat. Jeez. guys are so demanding. It's your basic human rights, like food. Can't you just mindlessly follow me around and put your lives at risk and sometimes commit petty crimes? Spider? Spider! Burn away? I want to get at the corpse, not the cobwebs. Can we burn away the cobwebs? No. Okay, we will take the magic bolt back. What? Okie doke. What's down here? Boring. Where are those cyclopses at? Actually, how's everybody doing for health? Good. Ella's good. Spark's good. Shamina's good. Jana's good. Sentry's okay. Okay, so Sentry took some damage. Should be okay for now. There's the beef. We found it. And the mud. Well, what was shaking? Giggity. What was shaking everything? Beware of landslides. Noted. Ooh. Danger, do not enter. Magically locked, which we don't have yet. Do we? I think it's a 4th level spell, unlock magic. We do not. Okay. Something in here that they want to keep safe. Ugh. Good old cat meat. I'll take the steaks though. And whoops. Let's get away from the chest before we try to open them. Fun. And hey. Alright. Who needs things? Spark, what do you need? You need some real gloves. Goes to Julia. Jana, you carry the potions. Check there? Yeah, torches, right. I guess we should check the cat corpse. If there's things in fish corpses, there could be things in cat corpses. What's this? Scorch mark. That seems ominous. Ooh. And I'll take the silver serpent venom. Okay. Is that everywhere in here? Whoa, headless. He never stood a chance. Man, we are going to have a sweet cash out when we get back to Britain. Nothing else this way, just the magic door. We've been up here. Did we go everywhere yet? Yeah, okay. I'm satisfied. Whoops. Oh, I don't have my runes with me. Alright, so there's at least one person left that we want to talk to before we skedaddle. Whoops. Let's check the tavern again, the name of which I forget. Gladstone shakes your hand. I already spoke to you, Gladstone. Aha! You see a mountain man who appears to have been in the wilderness a long time. He gives you a long look, then he snorts and looks away. Name? I'm not in the habit of speaking to strangers, but seeing as how thou dost not appear to be very intelligent, I shall humour thee for now. My name is Carl, formerly of Minok. Job? Job? Art thou mad, milord? Firstly, if thou dost wish to offer me employment, I have no interest in it. Secondly, if thou dost wish to hire my services for anything, for any reason, then I reject thine offer most enthusiastically. Thirdly, if thou dost wonder what my job is, then wonder no more, for I have not one. Fourth, and lastly, if thou dost wonder why I have no job, then stop it right now, because it is none of thy business. Okay. Whoops. That's Gladstone. That was well put and articulate. Carl? What dost thou want? Leave me alone. I heard about your brother. My brother, mine only family in the world, served aboard a ship built by Owen. The ship was one of several that sank 3 years ago during the first storm it ever encountered. My brother went down with it and was never seen again. What do you think of Owen? I confronted Owen with this, and he denied that it had anything to do with his workmanship. I returned that night and stole the plans he had drafted, so at least no other ships would ever be built like them again. But it left me so angry at the world that I knew I could not live among people ever again. I went away to live up in the mountains. The only times I ever come back are to fetch a few supplies and maybe have a drink at Rutherford's fine ale once in a while. Excuse me, fine ale? If not for Rutherford's fine ale, there would be no purpose to the existence of civilization. I heard there were several ships that went down. 3 other ships that were built from Owen's basic designs all sunk within the first year of their launch. Over a dozen lives were lost due to the vainglorious bastard. You have the plans. I still have those plans up in my cabin. Every once in a while I try to figure them out. I suspect no one in town, save for Owen himself, could understand them. Maybe Julia, the tinker, would be able to shed some light on them, but she would never listen to an old mountain man like me. Yes, I would, Carl. Thou dost have too low an opinion of thyself. Raise thy spirits, please. Mountain man? Far away from the mire of present-day society is where I belong. In the wilderness thou canst know what is thou canst know what is what. Well, Julia's right here. If thou dost want to show Julia the plans, I will give them to thee. They are in my cabin, southeast of the BMC office. Alright, let's go find him. Cease thy racket, then, before I lose my temper. So, I forget who dropped the original hint about the other ships that sank, but we only came across it the one time, and I can't remember who mentioned it. And then we learn about Carl. Hello. Oh, Spark. Ooh. There we go. Somebody check on Spark. He's asleep, but he has 6 hit points, so he's okay. Let's do it again. Hopefully that gets him back up to health, a full 10, close enough. Come on, Spark. Does Awaken work? I don't think Awaken works when they're... I don't really understand how the Headless put him to sleep. Yeah, what the... that seems like a coincidence. Anyways, there's the BMC office that we just came by when the Headless attacked us. And he said he was southeast of there. So let's follow the mountain range. Oh, found it. The Narwhal shall be a fine vessel, measuring 100 cubits from bow to stern. She shall be constructed of the finest yew wood with a ballast of 37 cubits. After the planks are retrograded, I shall reciprocate the bottom decks to ensure their verbosity. Each bunk shall be fit exactly within the 3-foot by 4-foot cubic cabin, except for the first mate and sergeant's quarters, which will be octagonal the size. That's funny. Owen of Minok. Alright, let's take those. I'll steal your food. Might steal some other things of yours, though. We don't need any of that. Oh, I will take your armor. Oh, your starbursts. I forget who I gave those to. I feel like it was Spark. Take that and give that to Julia. Okay, now what? Does Julia have something to say about the plans? It is good to speak with you again, Lugan. Julia greets you. Aha! Excuse me. What about these plans? May I see them? She examines every line of the plans carefully. These designs are unsound. Ships built to these specifications will easily capsize and sink. Thou shalt know that thou shalt show these plans to the mayor. Alright, let's do that. One more Headless. Not sure where the mayor's office is. Julia's house. Don't think. Yeah, this is Corinna and Jacker. This seems like the mayor's office. Oh, we haven't spoken to the mayor? Wow. You see an elderly man struggling to maintain a regal posture. His eyes widen at the sight of you.
I had heard thou were travelling in Britannia again, but it took mine own eyes to believe it. Welcome, Avatar.
Name?
Burnside is my name.
Oh, right, we only saw him at the fellowship meeting. We didn't actually speak to him. Job?
I am mayor of Minok and have been to these and have been these past 20 years and more.
Minok?
Apart from this business with murders, we are a town run by commerce. Gold runs through this town. As goes the money, so goes Minok. Take this monument affair, for instance.
Monument?
I am sure thou art aware of the plans for a monument of Owen, the shipwright. He is paying for it himself. I am usually against such public vanity, but the Fellowship is very much in favor of it.
Fellowship?
Yes, I wear the Fellowship medallion, given to me by Eleanor. Do not worry thyself, I shall not try to make thee join.
He laughs nervously at his own little joke. What do you think of Eleanor?
Eleanor says the Fellowship could bring much money into Minok. It would be wonderful for trade. I could never let my personal feelings get in the way of the good of this town.
Your personal feelings?
Avatar, may I tell thee a secret?
Yes.
Avatar, I must confess to thee that I feel the Fellowship promotes a philosophy that is dubious at best, and its members seem to be comprised chiefly of fools and emotional weaklings.
Vanity?
But in this special case it does immeasurable good for the town. It increases our prestige. People will come from all over Britannia for the unveiling.
Unveiling?
Why, even Lord British himself will be in attendance. It is a special opportunity when one gets a private audience.
What do you know about the murders?
As Frederico and Tanya were not actually residents of Minok, there is little I can do as mayor other than increase the town guard, which we have seen none of. The investigation falls somewhat beyond my jurisdiction. It would appear the killer or killers were from out of town and are probably long gone by now, thank goodness.
Yeah, perhaps on a ship that left right away afterwards. Okay, well, we got these plans, and Julia says they're no good. You show the mayor the plans Owen had drawn, making sure to carefully point out the flaws discovered by Julia. The mayor is aghast.
This is terrible. No one must see this. It would ruin Owen and cause irreparable damage to our town if it became known that our shipwright caused those deaths.
Deaths.
Then again, the ships Owen builds will continue to sink. It would harm Minok even more if it were to become known as the place where the death ships are made. A town that built a monument to an incompetent.
An incompetent? I didn't know there was a noun.
Statue. There are no two ways about it. The statue must be stopped. I am hereby cancelling the erection of the statue. Oh, and, Avatar, couldst thou please go and inform Owen of this bad news for me? I'm a bit busy at the moment. Besides, I think he will take it much better hearing it from thee.
I'm sure he will.
A pleasure, friend Avatar, a pleasure.
Did we already... Yeah, we did, because we found the abacus.
2 gavels. How regal of you.
Oh, Owen! Got some bad news for you.
Owen looks at you and sniffs. It would appear thou dost wish to speak with me again.
I already spoke to him. So your statue is cancelled.
After years of breaking my back and trying to make something of this ungrateful little town, I'm giving up. I swear I will never build another ship as long as I live. That will teach them, no matter how they beg or plead. I will not do it.
Ungrateful? Is that me calling him ungrateful? I don't understand.
Apparently building the greatest ships to ever set sail in history and all that is done for Minok are no longer enough. No! Thanks to that pompous idiot of a mayor, I am denied the rightful tribute of which I have proven myself more than worthy. Design flaws? Bah! How many ships has Mayor Burnside built in his miserable little life? People died, man. You tell him about the many innocent civilians who lost their lives on the ship that he built. Owen shakes his head slowly. I do not know. I have no idea how it could have happened. It is difficult to conceive of the pain such great loss of life brings into this world. But I did my best when I built those ships. I did not want those men to die. Thou must believe me. Owen appears distressed. The tribute to me is now no more than a tombstone. Tribute? I know. My work will stand as my monument. My name will endure long after any statue is worn away to dust. People will remember me. People will remember me. Promise me. I promise thee that. And with a dramatic flourish, Owen produces a dagger. Before you can stop him, he plunges it into his chest. He coughs loudly as blood spurts from his mouth, soaking his fine linen tunic in wine-red gilt. After a moment, it is all over. Owen, the greatest shipwright who ever lived, is dead. Wow. That escalated quickly. Okay. So, I think that gave us experience points. It did. Everybody can train except Julia and Jana. So, poor Owen. Didn't really need to kill him, but I guess we didn't really do anything. We just exposed him and he did it himself. What's that? A gold sextant. I don't think that does anything extra. Yeah, so that concludes our time in Minok. To summarize, we got our fortune told, and were told to seek out the monks at Empeth Abbey, and that there was an astrological, or that there was some event that was approaching, that we needed to seek out someone at the observatory, because that was coming in relation to something we needed to do. We learned about the gruesome murder of Frederico and Tanya, which very much resembled the murder in which we returned to Britannia. That was Intrinsic. We learned that the crown jewel departed immediately after the murder, and Hook was sighted that night walking around town. And then we learned about Owen and his monument and revealed him for what he was, and here we are now. So we'll end things there, and we'll pick it up next time, getting back to Britain and checking out a different part of the map. See you then.